Welcome to this explainer. Today we're taking something we literally all know inside and out, the basic A to Z alphabet, and we're completely turning it on its head. We're going to look at how a specific set of source notes takes a dull, rote learning exercise and transforms it into this highly imaginative engine for modern storytelling. So let's dive right in and see how shifting from an everyday expectation to a wild reality can completely revitalize educational content.
Okay, think about it. If I say A, your brain probably automatically goes straight to an apple, right? It's the standard expectation, it's safe, it's familiar, and honestly, for today's media-savvy audience, it's a little bit boring. But what if we completely shatter that expectation? Imagine suddenly reality hits and A isn't for apple at all. A is for alien. Just like that, we've gone from a plain piece of fruit to a full-blown sci-fi adventure. And that right there is the core contrast we're exploring today.
Here's our agenda for today. 1. Old ABCD to new adventure. 2. The world of robotics and space. 3. Magical and fantasy creatures. 4. Superhero and action avatars. And finally, 5. The secret formula for creators.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, Old ABCD to New Adventure, Breaking the Mold.
So, a bear is a cute baseline, sure, but swapping it out for a baby dinosaur immediately raises the stakes. Your standard cats and dogs, they are instantly forgotten the second a super cat hero and a fire-breathing dragon enter the scene. We're basically bypassing the mundane entirely here to build a world of total surprise. It takes the familiar and instantly injects it with incredible narrative potential.
Moving right along to Section 2, World of Robotics and Space. This is all about upgrading the ordinary.
Here's where we take the organic world and completely digitize it. An everyday elephant becomes an electric robot elephant, while a lion becomes a laser lion. But you know, the true comedic genius in these source notes really lies in the inanimate objects. I mean, taking a boring household pitcher of water and strapping rockets to it to make a jet jug, that is an incredible visual leap. It's unexpected, it's genuinely funny, and it perfectly captures a viewer's attention.
And then we get to this. M is for Mega Robot Monkey. I absolutely love this one. Just reading it out loud has such a great rhythm to it, doesn't it? We take a regular monkey, which is already a really fun animal, but by turning it into a mega robot, we're escalating the scale and completely shifting the genre. This specific, highly imaginative transformation just perfectly captures the robotics theme from our source material. Now, looking up at the cosmos offers an entirely new narrative landscape. A standard octopus is reimagined floating through the stars as a space octopus, while a rabbit trades its underground burrow for a literal rocket ship. And by upgrading a traditional monarch into a quantum queen, we're essentially disguising vocabulary expansion as pure sci-fi entertainment. It's absolutely perfect for engaging visual media.
Okay, intersection 3. Magical and fantasy creatures. We are expanding the imagination here. Nature easily gives way to mythology when a fish suddenly takes flight or a horse grows a unicorn horn. But honestly, the real magic happens when everyday treats get enchanted. A standard dessert completely transforms into magical rainbow ice cream. This gives 3D animators the perfect excuse to just go completely wild with colors and particle effects.
Now, I really have to pause and appreciate this one. N for nest. You expect a nest, right? A passive, static little object made of twigs. But the reality? A ninja bird. The comedic contrast here is just brilliant. You're expecting this empty, quiet bird's home, and suddenly, bam, a stealthy, action-ready ninja jumps out at you. It is a total subversion of expectations.
As we move even deeper into the alphabet, the unpredictability scales way up. Just imagine a winged whale soaring past a flying umbrella, or a vulture completely reimagined as a gothic vampire bird. Even the letter X, which is notoriously the hardest letter to make fun, escapes its usual xylophone stereotype to become a magical music machine. The content remains totally unpredictable and highly stimulating across the entire board.
That brings us to Section 4, Superhero and Action Avatars, focusing on high-energy concepts. Action is all about character. In this framework, a kite isn't just paper on a string, it's a massive king dragon. A snake gets a full-blown superpowered upgrade. And just by adding an eye patch and the word pirate to a parent, you've instantly created an avatar that is totally ready to star in its very own mini-narrative. I mean, the story practically writes itself.
And of course, we can't talk about action without hitting the very end of the alphabet. Zebra becomes Zoom Super Zebra.
The dramatic, not to mention humorous contrast of the final letter getting a massive, lightning-fast superhero upgrade is just the perfect climax. You aren't just looking at a striped horse anymore, you're looking at a speedster superhero.
So, this final action-oriented roster, featuring Thunder Tigers, Yellow Super Yaks, and Zooming Speedsters, really wraps up the alphabet with incredible, visually stimulating ideas. These are specifically designed to keep younger viewers entirely glued to the screen. Finally, Section 5, the secret formula for creators. Let's talk about the real purpose behind all of this. The source text explicitly states that this concept is uniquely suited for creating fun 3D cartoon videos or even YouTube shorts for kids. See, this expectation versus reality framework isn't just a random list of silly names. It's actually a strategic goldmine. Short-form content relies entirely on capturing and then retaining attention. By leveraging the element of continuous surprise, constantly breaking the viewer's expectation, you achieve exactly that kind of retention.
So, if you're an animator or an educational creator, here's exactly how you can systematically replicate this structured approach. Step 1. Establish a traditional baseline. Show them the apple, the jug, or the nest. Give them the expectation. Step 2. Apply a drastic, imaginative upgrade. Turn it into an alien, strap some jets to it, or make it a ninja. And Step 3. Animate it for modern platforms. Because elevating educational videos today absolutely requires moving past rote memorization and fully embracing visual storytelling.
Which brings us to our final thought today. We've just seen how a basic A to Z list can be completely revolutionized just by flipping standard expectations into wild realities. So ask yourself, if the alphabet can be this exciting, what other mundane childhood lessons are just waiting to be reimagined? Numbers, colors, history, the framework is right here. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really can't wait to see what you reimagine next.